All right, everybody. Good Friday morning. My name is Ellen. Welcome to Friday Flow. Thank you all for coming. If you are just popping on, please make sure to type in the chat box which site you are from. I know we have a lot of new people joining us today, so welcome. If this is your first time, this is a yoga-inspired stretch workout. So we're going to go ahead and start seated on the floor for today's class. So you're going to find any comfortable seated position you like. I like to sit on top of this foam block or yoga block because my hips are really tight. As all of the regulars know, I talk about that all the time. And if you've never done yoga or you're really unsure, I will give lots of modifications for our class today. So again, just like with any other class, work at your own pace. Type in the chat box if you need assistance with anything, and throughout class, we'll be coming up to the screen to check on you guys. So if you want to turn your camera on so I can see your beautiful faces and any of the balancing poses that we will work on today, then go ahead and turn your camera on, but only if you feel comfortable doing so. So let's go ahead and get started. Seated position. We will get to our foam roller in a couple of minutes, so have some pillows handy if you don't have a foam roller. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and just close our eyes while we're here in the seated position. And what we're going to first do is start to focus in on our breathing. So with your eyes closed, I'd like you to take one hand to your chest and the other hand to your belly. We're going to start to take deep breaths in through the nose, filling up the lungs, and then exhale out through the mouth. Checking in with yourself and your body this morning, noticing how you are feeling. Always without any judgment, but just taking note of how your body's feeling this morning. Really after this week, because it's Friday. So maybe you've had a really busy week. This is the first workout you have been able to do. Maybe it's workout number 10, who knows, but checking in with yourself this morning, noticing any areas of tension or tightness. And as you're breathing, trying to find space in those areas, trying to open them up a little bit more. On your next breath, I'd like you to count to 5 in your head as you inhale. So taking a really deep and long inhale, count to 5. And as you exhale out, count to 5. Let's do that one more time. So really deep breath in, 5 counts. Feel the chest and the belly lift and rise. And then exhale out, 5 counts. Grounding yourself into that mat. Let's go ahead and open our eyes and just start to roll those shoulders a little bit here, one at a time. Just popping on, welcome. So feel free to take this workout at any pace you would like to. Starting off nice and easy. And let's do both shoulders at the same time. So inhale, the shoulders come up. Big circle, exhale, bring them down. Do a couple more shoulder rolls here. And down. All the way up and back. And now let's go ahead and reverse those shoulder rolls. So we're going to take them towards the back. Then bring them back up to those ears, to the front, and down and around. So nice and easy here, up and around. Inhale and exhale. We'll do this one more time. Big shoulder roll. Okay, so let's take our hands in front of us, interlace those fingers. We're going to press the hands out and away so we sort of round the upper back. I want you to sort of pull that belly button in towards your spine and tuck your chin into your chest. So you're pushing your shoulder blades apart from one another here, pulling them apart. Take one more breath. And then we'll go ahead and do the opposite stretch. So we're going to squeeze our shoulder blades together this time. Maybe you interlace your hands behind you. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Lower the hands down. You start to lift it from the chest. If you feel comfortable, take your head back. And then slowly come back to the center. So one more time, those two. Interlace those fingers, inhale. Exhale, press away, pulling apart those shoulder blades, chin to chest. Rounding your back here. And then opposite stretch. So this time we're gonna arch our back just a little bit. We're gonna squeeze those shoulder blades together. Interlace your fingers if you can reach palm to palm. Really pulling the shoulders together. Take the head back. Take one more breath here. And then go ahead and release. Okay, so a couple more seated, and then we're gonna grab a foam roller, or if you don't have one, we're gonna make one with some pillows. Feel free to adjust your legs or seated position anytime you would like. So let's start with that right hand. Take an inhale. We're gonna reach over to the side. So you're gonna ground those hips into the floor. Big deep breath. We're gonna hang out here for a couple of breaths. So finding length into the side body here. I want you to press down with that hip and reach a little bit further over to the side. Finding length in the neck here. Let's take one more breath, nice and easy. And then slowly come back to the center. Inhale, exhale, sort of shake it out. Maybe stretch the neck out before you go to the other side. And we'll do the other side. So left palm reaches up. As we inhale, pressing down those hips. And then exhale, reach it all the way over. So we want to keep our chest and hips facing front. Continue to ground those hips. Keep reaching. So notice on this side, I can't reach over as far. I just know my right hip is tight. But that's okay. We are here, stretching and working through this together. One more breath, and then slowly come back to the center. So we'll do it one more time on each side, maybe finding a little more length. Inhale and exhale. If you feel comfortable, maybe rounding the shoulder down and lifting it back up. So maybe adding in whatever extra twist or stretch you need to here. One more breath. And then come back to the center, and then other side. Inhale, and then exhale, reach. Can you find an inch more length here? Try it. And then slowly come back to the center. All right, excellent. So let's go ahead and find a tabletop position, and then we're gonna grab that foam roller. We're gonna grab a couple pillows to create a foam roller. So tabletop position, I just wanted to do sort of a hip opener, more of a mobility exercise here. So nice neutral spine, and we'll start with that right leg. So you're gonna bring your knee into your elbow, and you're gonna take it up and back, creating a circle. We're just gonna repeat that movement. So we're just creating circles with that knee, opening up through the hips. We're just gonna do one more in this direction, and then I want you to reverse that circle. So take that knee back, up and around, and then just repeat. So you could do this on your forearms. We will just be here for another couple seconds. One more. Okay, you can give your wrists a little bit of a break here if you'd like, and we'll just do the same thing on the other side. So I'll just switch to show you. You can stay right where you're at. We are now on that left leg, so we're gonna bring it up. That knee comes to our elbow, and then we take it up and back. So we don't wanna think too much about the movement. It's just making the circle with that knee, and you should feel your hips starting to open up a little bit. So working through that hip joint, and let's just reverse those circles. So reverse those circles, and I'm just coming up to the front here to make sure everyone's doing okay. All right, looking good. So do two more in that direction. Awesome. Okay, and now we're gonna go ahead and come out of that tabletop position. We'll get to child's pose later. We're gonna grab our foam roller. So again, if you don't have one, you just grab pillows. 2 should be okay. You might want 3, but some fluffy pillows, you just lay them on the mat. And if you have a foam roller, then we're gonna go ahead and sit right on top of it. And of course, if you don't have pillows or anything, you can lay flat on the mat. gonna sit right on the edge of your pillows or on your foam roller, and you're just gonna slowly, slowly lower all the way down onto your back. So you wanna make sure that your head, your neck, and your shoulders are all on the foam roller, as well as your hips. Okay, so we're gonna start with those feet on the floor, knees up, and we're gonna open up through the shoulders first. So arms come up, palms are sort of facing one another. We're gonna make the letter T with our arms. So you might be familiar with this stretch, just taking them out to the side, sort of like a doorway stretch. So inhale, they come out, and then exhale, bring them back up. So going through this a couple of times to open up through the shoulders. Just gonna move my foam roller a little bit. I want you guys to do it 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. 1 more time, and we're gonna keep those arms extended on that last time. So what we're doing here on our foam roller or on those pillows, we're allowing gravity to really push down on our shoulders to get them to open up a little bit and stretch out. Rather than if we were simply just flat on the mat, so we're not getting as much of a stretch. So lifting yourself up a little bit, you should feel this more. So if you don't have tight shoulders and you need a little bit extra, we're going to make the letter Y with our arms instead of a T. So if you're feeling this here, you can stay right here. That's enough for your shoulders. If you'd like a little bit more, we're gonna take our arms straight down by those hips. And as we inhale, we're gonna reach them overhead this time. We're gonna make the letter Y with those arms. Try to get the back of the palms touch the floor, and then exhale, you bring them back down. So keep those arms nice and straight. Inhale, we lift overhead, making the letter Y. Trying to keep those arms nice and straight, and then exhale, come back down. So a few more times here. And even if it's a little bit uncomfortable, I challenge you to try to do that. We don't want this to be painful, but if it's a little bit uncomfortable, try to breathe through it. Find a little extra space in those tight shoulders. And on your last one, just simply hold those arms overhead or out to the side, whichever way you're doing. Every exhale, just trying to let go. Take 1 more breath. So you should feel a big stretch in the chest, shoulders. And then let's just slowly slide those arms down back towards our sides. Okay, so now we're just gonna do 1 more on this foam roller or on those pillows, and we're gonna work into those hips. So we had our knees bent. Now what I'd like you to do is just simply extend your legs straight out. Keep them wide to start, especially if you've never done this before or it's been a while. Might feel a little wobbly on that foam roller. So just start to also be aware of those core muscles and sort of stitching that rib cage together so you're not completely relaxed. Then once you found your balance, just let go of any tension there in those hips. Sometimes this feels a little uncomfortable for my low back. So if you're feeling the same way, you can just simply bend your knees, place your feet back onto the floor. Okay. So maybe just try it for a couple of seconds. It's okay if your back is off the roller, right? That's okay. And if you'd like to add in the arms for a couple more breaths as we finish on the roller, you can go ahead and do so. So maybe you're making the letter X with your entire body. So you reach those arms all the way overhead, you extend those legs out. So we get that really full effect of stretching out the entire front side of our bodies. Which again could be really, really tight this morning. I know mine is. So 1 more breath wherever you're at. Letting gravity push down. And then slowly start to bend your knees, place your feet onto the floor, slide those arms back down. And then we're just gonna gently slide off our roller or just move our pillows off to the side. We're gonna roll back and find that tabletop position, nice and easy. And we can just move our pillows or move our roller off to the side. So after class, I'd love to hear if that was your first time, how that felt. Hopefully you guys are feeling a little bit better, even just from that stretch. Okay, so we're gonna come back to our tabletop and now back to a traditional cat-cow yoga pose. As we inhale, we're gonna lift that chest so we can get all that breath into our lungs. We drop our belly to the mat and then exhale, we pull our chin into the chest and we round the spine here. So let's cycle through this a couple of times. Big inhale and exhale. You can also make this look however you like. So I sometimes like to add in little circles here with my body. So feel free to do the same here. Or maybe you'd like to drop those hips down. It's going to allow you to find something a little bit different here and sort of work into the body for just a couple of more breaths. So do whatever you'd like there. Make sure you're breathing. Maybe you just want to find a nice child's pose. Good job, guys. So one more breath. And we're going to get nice and warm. All right, so now we're going to take our hands to the top of that mat. We're going to tuck those toes under as we inhale, and exhale, we're going to come up to find a nice downward facing dog. So let's go ahead and pedal those heels here. Maybe your first one of the morning. Your alternative option here is down dog on your forearms or even down on your knees, just pressing those hips back. So pedal out those heels. Press your chest towards your legs here. Hold your down dog. Imagine someone having their hands right on your hips and lifting your hips up a little bit higher. Okay, so downward facing dog might also be something you do every day. Let's try to find something a little bit different about it. Maybe we can change or get a little more connection to, or a little more of a stretch. So bring those hips up a little bit higher if you can. I want you to distribute your weight into your hands, not just on the outside of those hands, but try to pull inside as well and distribute that weight evenly. We tend to put the weight on the outside of our hands here. So sort of roll those biceps in towards your body, press into your pointer finger and thumb. Pull your abs in towards your spine, relax your head. One more breath. Inhale, bend those knees. Exhale, walk your feet towards your hands. We're going to find a nice forward fold. So we're going to stay in this forward fold. I'm just going to come to face you guys. So hang out in your forward fold for a couple of breaths here. Go ahead and crisscross those elbows, and you can gently sway side to side here if you'd like. While you're in this forward fold, I'd like you to imagine that your head is heavy like a bowling ball. So no tension in that neck, just let it go. And then let go of those arms and slowly roll up to standing, one vertebrae at a time. So slowly starting to straighten those legs, stacking the shoulders on top of those hips, lifting up through the chest. Head comes up, neck is nice and long. And then inhale, we're gonna reach those arms up, take a nice deep breath. Palms come together and exhale, lower down. Okay, so we're gonna go through a couple of warrior poses and some sun salutations. We're gonna add in some balance towards the end of class. I'm gonna face this way and we'll start with our right leg. Okay, so we're gonna get nice and warm here. And again, if this is your first time or you're new, take it at whatever pace you would like. We'll start slow and then pick it up. Inhale, lift. Exhale, float it down. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands come to your shins or your knees, but you really want to focus on flattening your back here. So pulling those shoulder blades together and driving those hips straight back. Exhale, we lower down. Let's step our right leg back and let's lower our right knee to the floor first. You're going to untuck your toes. We're going to lift your chest. Inhale, come up. And exhale, we're just going to hold here for a low lunge. Hold this right here. So we're going to add a twist in just a moment. So if you need a little more balance, maybe your hands are to your hips, or maybe those hands are on the floor. I want you to think of tucking your hips under here to engage those lower abs. Take one more breath. Maybe you lean back and take your head up. Inhale here and exhale. We're gonna go ahead and take those hands down. So you can keep your back knee on the floor, or you can go ahead and lift it up if you'd like and follow me. So I'm gonna go ahead and extend my left arm and twist over to that left side. So whichever leg is in front, you're gonna twist to that side. As I inhale, I'm gonna take that arm down, wrap it underneath my rib cage for the other side, and then exhale, twist it back up. We're gonna do it 3 more times. So inhale, wrap it around, and then exhale, twist back up. One more time. Inhale, wrap underneath your rib cage. Good. And then exhale. Hold this right here. So I've dropped to my knee in that modification. One more breath. And then inhale, take that hand down. Exhale, let's step back to downward facing dog. So here's this floor sequence we'll go through a lot today. Inhale, you're gonna come forward to a nice high plank. So for the first one, we're gonna hold for a couple of breaths. Your shoulders are stacked right on top of your wrists. You're pushing your shoulder blades apart. Option, you could lower to your knees, maybe just to one knee. If you usually lower to both, maybe just try one knee today. Tuck your hips under, keep breathing. Press those heels, one more breath. Exhale, both knees come down. Lower your chest to the mat. Elbows go straight back. Flatten your toes, inhale, baby cobra. Extension here, shoulders down, chest lifts. Exhale, lower, retuck both toes. Inhale, exhale, press up, down dog. Inhale, bend those knees. Exhale, walk those feet to the top. Forward fold. Inhale, take those arms out to the side. You're gonna press up to standing. All the way to the top, your palms come together. And then exhale, they lower down. So we'll do the same thing on the other side. Just getting into that hip, and it's that twist, reaching under and open. Okay, so now with that left leg. So inhale, reach up, exhale, lower. You can stay right where you're at. Inhale, halfway, and exhale, lower. So that left leg steps back. Remember that we lower to that left knee first. We're gonna untuck that toe, lift our chest. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hold. So low crescent lunge, maybe hands come to your chest or to your hips. If you're ready for that extra challenge this morning, maybe you lean back a little bit and take your gaze up to challenge that balance. Let's take one more breath here, pressing those hips forward, but also tucking the hips under just a little bit. Inhale, and then exhale, those hands come down. So I'll show you with knee on the floor. It's their opposite arm this time. So you're gonna plant that hand in front on the floor, and as we exhale, we're extending our right arm up. Inhale, we're gonna take it underneath and wrap it under the rib cage. You guys see that? And then exhale, we take it back up. So let's try it 3 more times. Inhale, we reach, so a little twist in the torso, and exhale. If you wanna lift that back knee off the floor, go ahead and do so. So keep those hips nice and low. Inhale, twist, exhale, last one, hold it right here, big twist, and then inhale, that hand comes down, exhale, we step back to that down dog. So it's sort of like a thread the needle twist in a lunge position. Inhale, forward to that nice high plank, exhale, we lower knees and chest. Next time I'll show you a little bit more challenging option if you like. Inhale, we lift, and exhale, tuck the toes. Down dog. Or of course, a child's pose at that point, holding it there, or really at any point during our class this morning. We're always free to find a child's pose. One more breath here. Inhale, tuck the toes. Exhale, walk. Maybe you're ready to do a little hop or a jump to top of your mat. Relax. Inhale, those arms sweep up, out to the side. We bring our palms together as we lean back a little bit, and exhale down to heart center. Okay, everyone doing okay? Thumbs up, we're nice and warm. Okay, so we're gonna add on, maybe go a little bit faster. Hips should be nice and opened. So right side, let's go ahead My mat keeps moving. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, float it down. Inhale, halfway lift. So really start with this. And then exhale, lower. Okay, so medium step back. We're going to find what's called a warrior one. Medium step back. Glue your heel into the floor. Lift your chest when you're ready. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, hold. So I'll show you from a couple different angles. And while I'm moving around, I want you guys to stay in your pose. You can come up to the screen and take a look at any time. Then once you found it, find that pose and stay there. Let's go ahead and tuck those hips under. Keep the core engaged, chest up. Our hips are facing front. Okay, we're gonna do one more breath here. Next breath, inhale. We're gonna drop those arms down towards our sides. And just like we did in our stretch earlier, you're gonna squeeze your shoulder blades together, maybe even interlace your hands, okay? So big chest and shoulder opener. Inhale, we're gonna lift up, take our head back. As we exhale, start to lower your chest towards your thigh while keeping your arms together behind you. So they're either interlaced, or maybe you're just simply squeezing those arms together, right? So we're sort of relaxing the head here. I want you to press into that back foot just as much as your front. So you're lowering that chest towards your thigh, trying to get down the inside of your leg, get your head to the mat. Keep squeezing the shoulder blades together. Keep breathing, guys. Try one more breath. This is tricky. Inhale, push into that back foot. Exhale, slowly pull yourself up. And then release the arms and kind of shake the legs out a little bit. Keep the legs right where they're at. We're sort of in a triangle. And now we're going to come into the triangle pose. So legs pretty straight here. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, we open them up, but this time towards the side here. So my left arm in front, right arm behind me, shoulders down. Triangle pose. Inhale, reach forward. The opposite hips sort of tilt back. And then exhale, we slowly come into that triangle. So you're actually doing a twist with your upper body here. You can have your hand right at that knee and then start to open up and twist through the core, the shoulder. And then eventually try to stack this hand right on top of your shoulder. We're reaching for the inside of our foot. We're taking our gaze up at our hand. If you need a little extra support, you can bend that front leg a little bit. I want you to hold your triangle pose. Okay, let me just come up and see it. So remember, anytime you can come out of the pose, take a breath, get back into it. I want you to imagine you're squished between two walls. Or maybe like you're falling back into a wall. Open up a little bit more. Ooh, you guys look good. Can you take your gaze at your hand? Can we try 2 more breaths? One more. And then last one, you're gonna push into that back foot. Use those core muscles to pull yourself up first. And then to the center, and then release. Awesome job. We're gonna find a warrior 2. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, we're gonna open up those hips a little bit more. So we've turned that hip out. We're a little bit lower here. I know my legs are already feeling it. Go ahead and tuck those hips under. And let's take our gaze over that hand that's in front of us. Look down, make sure that knee is right on top of the toe, somewhere close by. Take an inhale, exhale, we can get a little bit lower. This is a much wider pose, opening up through the hips. Inhale, flip that palm, exhale, take it back to reverse your warrior. So here's another side stretch, like we did in the beginning. Try to take your gaze up at that hand. Try one more breath. Inhale, cartwheel those hands down. Take that heel off the floor. Reach your hands to the floor. We're back to this high lunge. So I sometimes use a block here for my tight hips. But also lower to your knee. We're going to stay here for about 2 more breaths. I want you to focus on keeping those hips low. One more breath. And then go ahead and step back to your downward facing dog. Inhale forward to your high plank. Here's our more challenging option. We just lower down without lowering your knees. Okay, so like a push-up. We hover for a second. And then inhale, you move forward and up to an upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck the toes. Down dog, hold. Or maybe a child's pose, okay? Hold it there. Remember, listen to your body and know that every day it feels a little different. So maybe you were able to do this last week, but maybe you're not feeling so great this morning, and that's okay. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, walk, jump to the top of your mat. Always take a little breather here. Inhale, reach those arms up. Palms come together. Exhale. Okay, other side. You guys are doing great. Same thing, other side. I just switch this way so you guys can see me when I open up. Okay, inhale, reach up. So do that left leg. Exhale. Let it go right there. Just let it all go. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Bring it back up. Exhale, lower. Left leg, medium step back. Press that heel into the floor. Lift the chest, inhale. Arms come up when you're ready. Exhale. Warrior one. So holding this pose, you can also adjust your arms for any tight shoulders this morning. So maybe you're here instead of all the way up. That hip wants to open up to the side, and your job is to keep it pressed forward, okay? Tuck those hips under. One more breath, and then we're gonna go into that humble warrior. So inhale, take those hands down to the side. And then exhale, take a breath. You're gonna pull your shoulder blades together. Maybe you interlace your fingers. Inhale, we reach up. Our chest lifts, our head tilts back, exhale. We start to lower, nice and slow. So as we're doing this, we're squeezing and pulling those arms together. Hold for a few more breaths. Just go to where you can, don't worry about anyone else. We're all doing this together. Good job, guys. Keep going. Nice. Can you try one more breath? Make sure you're pressing into that back foot as much as your front. Ooh, I feel that sweat start to drip. Push into that back foot. Pull those abs in. Inhale, slowly push yourself up. Nice and careful there. Exhale, let it go. Maybe a little shimmy, a little stretch. Keep those legs here. Triangle on the other side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, we open them up now. Triangle pose. Inhale, reach. Exhale, start to lower. So I start usually with my hand on that knee there. I gently press into it to find that twist, just to start. I take an inhale and then exhale. Maybe you get a little bit lower and slide lower down. And maybe you take that hand and place it right on top of your shoulder. For that extra challenge, you're taking a look at your hand to challenge your balance. Hold it here. And then maybe, can you take your bottom hand away from your leg? So just using, you should feel those abs right there when that happens. So not pressing into your leg. Pull it away. Ooh, it's a lot harder. Hold it for a couple more breaths. Let's see it. Remember, we're twisting open from the shoulder, from the waist. You're making a nice triangle with your legs. Ooh, yes, look good. Can you lift up and find a little length? One more breath. Rather than falling into the mat. Let's find length here. And then inhale, push into that back foot. Use those obliques, those side core muscles to pull yourself up. Exhale. Woof. Okay, warrior two, open up from those hips. Inhale and exhale. So readjust, wider stance. Tuck those hips under, keep that chest lifted, shoulders down. Remember, we hang out here for a few breaths. Maybe check in on that front knee. Making sure it's not going all over the place. Arms are strong. So if I were to come around and push down on your arms, you would not allow me. Okay, that's how strong your arms are. Warrior. One more breath. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, flip that palm. Reverse your warrior. Sometimes it's more fun if you sing it. Take your gaze at your hand. Remember, big side stretch here. One more breath. Inhale, take those hands down. Place them on either side of that foot. Your heel, back heel comes off the floor. Let's hang out here for a couple of breaths because this is going to get us ready for our balance. So, hips, I want them low. Maybe you lower to your knee. That's totally okay, but keep your hips low. One more breath. and then step back, down dog. Or maybe a child's pose, you choose. So I'm gonna do that harder version again. Just be careful of your back here. So inhale forward to that plank, tuck your hips under first, engage your core. Exhale, lower and hover for a moment. Back is nice and flat, and then inhale, lift up. So your body should be super flat there. And then exhale, press back. Down dog, awesome job, guys. Inhale, bend your knees, exhale, walk your feet towards your hands, forward fold. Hang out here, catch your breath. Inhale, bring those arms up. Big deep breath, palms come together, and exhale. Okay, we're gonna go through it one more time and add a balance pose to it. So if you're sweating, grab a towel, grab some water. You guys are doing a really good job, okay? Any questions, let me know, okay? So let's go through it one more time, a little faster, and we're gonna add a balance. So here we go, right side, inhale, reach up. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, halfway, flat back, and exhale. Inhale, step your right foot back, warrior one. Inhale, reach those arms up, and hold. So we're just gonna hang on each pose for about 2 breaths, okay? Just to keep that heart rate up. Inhale, take those hands down. Exhale, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Inhale, lift your chest up, pull your arms down. Exhale, we lower our chest to our thigh. Now we sort of know what to expect. Can you get a little bit deeper into these poses? Reach those arms up, push into your back foot. One more breath, and then inhale, press back up. Exhale, release, straighten both legs. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, twist and open to the side. Triangle, inhale, reach forward, and exhale, lower. And then we're going a little faster. Slow down if you need to. A couple breaths in this triangle pose. Inhale here and exhale. Imagine me pulling on your wrist of the hand that's extended, the arm that's extended, and I'm pulling you back a little bit. Maybe take your bottom hand away from your leg for that extra core challenge. Inhale, pull yourself up. Exhale, let's go right into warrior two. Woo! Good job, guys. Get ready for our balance coming up. So we're add on one more layer here, okay? We're in our warrior two. Inhale, flip your palm. Exhale, take it back, reverse your warrior. So same thing here. Big stretch. Inhale, come back to warrior two. Exhale, a little lower. Here's our new layer. We're gonna go ahead and take that back heel off the floor, rotate our hip to the front, and take this arm down. Our right arm reaches down, and now inhale, arms come up. Exhale, palms come together. We're now in a high lunge, okay? So you can lower to that knee if you need to. So we did this low lunge earlier. We're now in this high lunge. Because what we're gonna do is press off this back foot. I'll have you watch first and come into a balance. So watch first, you're gonna lean forward, maybe take a little break. We're gonna press off this foot, keep our hands to chest, and we're gonna come into this balance, okay? The reason I want you to keep your hands here is because I don't want you to do this. All right, I want you to be nice, flat back. So let's go ahead and try that. We're in this high lunge, take an inhale, bring your chest forward, exhale, push off that back foot to balance on your left, and then lift it off the floor. Maybe just a few inches to start. So if you're unsure, take a look at my screen. I'm just doing a little modification here. I want you to press through your back leg, flex your foot, and get it as straight as possible. So we're gonna hold here for a couple of breaths. If you're ready to add a little bit more, you wanna go into a full warrior three, lift your leg up a little bit higher, and lower your chest a little bit. Maybe you extend your arms straight out, okay? So hold it wherever you're at. I'm just gonna come take a look. Remember to come out of it, shake out if you need to, and then just get back into it. A couple more breaths, guys. Good. The key is keeping that back straight and flat and trying to extend through that back leg. Get it a little bit straighter. All right, guys, I'm gonna do it with you. So tuck those hips under, balance. Couple more breaths. That standing leg is slightly bent, okay? Try to lift your leg a little bit higher. One more breath. And then slowly bring that foot to meet your other foot. Bend your knees here, bicycle those legs out. Woo! Great job, guys. I know that was tricky. What we do on one side, we have to do on the other, okay? So let's inhale, come up. We'll go through that floor sequence. Exhale, let it go. Let's go ahead and just step right back to down dog. Shake it out. Woo. Inhale forward to our nice high plank. Exhale, lower knees and chest, or the full version. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Down dog or child's pose. Hold that there. So we're gonna do the other side. We are almost done. We have about 10 minutes left in class. So let's finish up on the other side, and then we'll just get to stretch it out. So bend your knees. Inhale, exhale. Walk to the front, find that forward fold. Inhale, reach your arms up, good deep breath. Palms come together, and exhale, lower. Okay, other side, guys, here we go. Inhale up, exhale, float it down. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, release. Step that left leg back. Warrior one. Remember, we're doing the same exact sequence, a little bit faster. Inhale, arms up, exhale, hold. Warrior one. So just one more breath, tuck those hips under. Inhale, those arms come down. Exhale, try to interlace those fingers, squeeze your shoulder blades together, lift up. Next breath, chest lifts up, and then exhale, start to take it down. Lower your chest down while lifting up those arms. Press into that back foot as much as your front. Continue to squeeze those shoulder blades together. Can you try one more breath? And then inhale, push yourself back up. And exhale, release. Straighten your legs. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, take them down. Get ready for triangle on the other side. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale. Come into a little side crunch here. And then start to open up. Stacking that wrist on top of the shoulder. Imagine you're falling into a wall behind you, or that you're squished between two walls. Hold it for 2 more breaths. Maybe you take that bottom hand away from your leg for the extra challenge. Nice. Pull those abs in. Inhale, press into that back foot. Exhale, pull yourself up. And then come right into warrior two. Whew. All right, guys. Get ready. Turn on those core muscles and get ready for our balance. Warrior two. Inhale, flip your palm. Exhale, take it back. Reverse your warrior. One last side stretch here. Come back to the center. Inhale. Okay, so we're going to sweep this back arm and bring it in front. Okay, so lift that back heel off the floor. Sweep it in front. I know it's tricky. A lot of balance here. Inhale. Palms come together and down to chest as we exhale. So I have a slight bend in that back knee. This is just my weak hip. But I want you to try to press through your heel. Get that back leg as straight as you can. Okay? We're going to get ready to balance on our right foot. Keeping those shoulder blades down and back. Inhale. Lower down. Keep it flat back. Exhale. Push off that back leg. And find your balance. So again, I'm just starting with a couple inches off the floor. And then once I feel comfortable, maybe I start to lift my back leg up as I lower my chest. And I sort of make the letter T with my body. And then maybe I extend those arms out. Focus on one thing in front of you and keep your eye on it. Can you straighten your back leg a little bit more? Press through that heel. Maybe you want to stack your hips, open up to a half moon, so whatever you would like to do. Just make sure you don't fall over like me. Let's try a couple more breaths, guys. Ooh, you guys look so good. Yep, keep reaching, keep reaching. Tuck those hips under, pull those abs in. Can you try one more breath? And then slowly bring that foot to meet your hand. Oh, you meet your other foot. Just kidding. Bend the knees, bicycle those legs out. Great job. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, float it down. Step back, down dog. Or if you're ready, you can find a child's pose. If not, one last time through this floor sequence. Inhale, we stack our shoulders on top of our wrists. Exhale, we lower for chaturanga. Inhale, we lift up. And then exhale, down dog. Hold your down dog for 2 more breaths. Really pressing through those heels. 1 more breath. And then everyone lower to your knees. And let's keep them close together as we sit back into our child's pose. So with knees closer together, we feel the stretch a little more in that low back. So bring your forehead to meet the mat, hanging out here for a couple of breaths. And the last couple minutes of class, we're just gonna relax and stretch. You guys did a great job. Inhale, walk your hands over to the right diagonal. Take a breath here, feeling that side stretch. Inhale back to the center. Exhale over to the left diagonal. Good job. And then inhale back to the center. And then exhale, you're just gonna slowly roll yourself up and find a nice seated position. How are we doing? Thumbs up? Thumbs down? We're okay? You guys were great. Now remember, if that was maybe a little too hard, then now you have something you can sort of practice and work on. And if you feel like it wasn't hard enough, then maybe next time you push yourself a little bit harder, right? We're not always 100% and feel great every time we come for a workout. So let's go ahead and find a twist here seated. So a couple more minutes. You have to go. Let me know what site you're from in the chat box. Let's go ahead and bring that right knee into our chest and take it up and over. So we're gonna come into a nice seated twist. We're gonna extend that left arm up, big deep breath. And then as we exhale, we're gonna use our hand or our elbow to sort of engage that twist. So I want you to lift up from the spine first. Imagine that piece of string right on the top of your head lifting you up. And then you start to add your twist. So one more breath. And then let's come back to the center. We'll do the other side. And then we'll come down to the ground. I'll play some nice music. So you gotta wait until the end. So bring that left knee into your chest, up and over. Inhale, reach that arm up. And exhale, we now twist over the opposite shoulder. Finding length in the spine first. And then when you're ready, add a little twist. One more time. One more breath, come back to the center. Woo, and shake it out. All right, guys, let's come down. We're gonna roll down slowly. We will stop about halfway if you would like our last challenge of class, which will just be a core challenge. So knees here, gonna slowly pull those abs in. Slowly make your way to the floor. If you're feeling it, stop about right here with me. We're just gonna hold for 8 counts. Pulling those abs in, I'm already feeling your body shake. Hold for 8, make sure you're breathing. 7, 6, maybe lift your legs. 4, 3, pull those abs in. 2, and 1. Good job. Now you can come all the way down. Awesome. Excuse me. I'm fine, I'm just coughing. Sorry, guys. All right. Pull your knees into your chest and rock side to side. Oof. Sorry about that. I'm fine, I just can't talk. So pull those knees in, rock side to side. I want you guys to twist your knees over to the right side. Look over that left shoulder. Come into a nice twist here. Take a few breaths. Slowly come back to the center. Inhale, exhale, drop to the other side. Look over that other shoulder. Take a few breaths. And then slowly come back to the center. We're gonna end in just a nice relaxation pose, a corpse pose, really any pose you would like to do. So it can be legs straight out, It can be arms overhead. Maybe you come to a bridge for one last breath, whatever you'd like to do. I want you guys to close your eyes. I'm gonna play a song for you, just the last minute here. Nice and easy as I try to get my voice back. Just close your eyes, relax. So whatever's been bothering you this week or today, or maybe something that you've just been thinking about that's been weighing heavy on you, I just encourage you to let it go. Do you find your mind wandering? Just bring your come back to your breathing here. Focus on your inhales, focus on your exhales. Just let go. Then slowly start to move your head from side to side. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes, circle your wrists, your ankles. Open your eyes, extend your legs all the way out in front of you. Reach your arms all overhead. Slowly roll over to one side, and when you're ready, gently press yourself up and find a comfortable seated position. And then once we're here in this nice seated position, we're going to take one last breath together. Inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, palms come together, take them down to your chest, bow your head, close your eyes for just a moment. Thank yourself for waking up and coming to class, making that time for you, for your mind, your body, your soul this morning. And we'll open our eyes and we'll say namaste to one another, which means the light in me honors the light in you. And you guys are all done. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Sorry for my coughing attack. That was fun. I'm fine. Good job, guys.
Fun.
Please make sure to write in the chat box what site you were from, because I know we had a lot of new people.
Okay.
I don't recognize everyone. I love seeing your faces. You guys were great. Thanks so much for coming.